So now we come with the intrahepatic segment. In the intrahepatic segment, the first structure that you draw will be the approximately what we should do is we utilize this much. We will draw here liver. This will be the liver. Now we draw here the portal vein which we have developed in the infrahepatic portion. So we will draw only this cephalic. See here, we are drawing only the cephalic anastomosis, the right vitelline vein here, cephalic to cephalic anastomosis, and we will draw here the left vitelline vein. So therefore now this portion which we have drawn will be, you will come to know, this will be the right branch of portal vein, and here these two segments will be the left branch of portal vein. This much we will draw. We are not going to draw the entire stem of portal vein, superior mesenteric, splenic, we are leaving behind because of the lack of the space. Now we show here intrahepatic. What will happen is that the right and the left vitelline veins, as they enter inside, they will develop or they will break down into various branches. See here, they are breaking down into various branches. And why they break down into various branches? That is because of now the liver has started to develop from septum transversum, and because of the development of hepatic laminae of cells, as it has started to develop, it will break down the entire hepatic laminae of cells. As they develop, they will break down the vitelline veins into various branches. So therefore now the same vitelline veins which were continuing here, they will also show various branches. So this is how we need to show these branches, and therefore here they will continue in the suprahepatic direction, both the vitelline veins. This is how we show. So what we have shown will be the right and the left vitelline veins, as they enter the liver, are broken down by development of hepatic laminae of cells into various tributaries or branches. In this way they are broken down. Therefore now, as the breakdown, we know that two different sets of tributaries or branches are separated, upper and lower. These portion lower will form afferent channel and these portion will form efferent channel. Note down. So therefore the afferent channels are the branches of portal vein. These are the branches of portal vein, because now the right vitelline vein here, infrahepatic, has developed into the right branch, the right vitelline vein into right branch, and the left vitelline vein has developed into the left branch of portal vein. So therefore these are known as, now please mention these as veni adverentis. This is the word veni, V-E-N-A-E, veni adverentis, A-D-H-V-E, adverentis. And these channels, which are the efferent channels, these are efferent channels, veni adverentis, and these channels which are efferent, they will be known as veni revehentis, R-E-V-E, revehentis. These are the names which are given to the broken channels of the right and the left vitelline vein in liver, in the intrahepatic portion. Now, therefore, what will happen will be, these portions of veni adverentis are now known as the branches of portal vein. So another name which is very important will be, these veni adverentis are known as the branches of portal vein. And here, these are the veni revehentis. They are now known as the tributaries of hepatic veins. Please note down. So these portions are now known as tributaries of hepatic veins. Tributaries of hepatic veins. This is very important. Now what will happen? Now this much is the intrahepatic portion which we have shown at this stage. Now we go to the suprahepatic, above the liver. What will happen there in the suprahepatic portion? In the suprahepatic portion, before we go to suprahepatic portion, we have forgotten one more vein which is draining here. If you recollect, in the cephalic portion of the anastomosis that we have shown in that diagram, the vein which is draining there in the cephalic portion will be known as the superior mesenteric vein. But that vein not in the cephalic, it is draining where? In the middle portion, superior mesenteric vein, which we have developed. Along with that, the stem of portal vein. Now the vein which is, please come on this side, the vein which is coming in the cephalic portion here, if you have seen, this vein which is draining here is left umbilical vein. So the same left umbilical vein, we need to show that it is draining in the cephalic portion, this portion. So here we will show, please come on this side, we will show here that left umbilical vein is draining over here. That is the only portion which we need to show, and therefore the left umbilical vein, we show it, it is draining into this portion, and therefore we will name here this portion as the left umbilical vein. This much we have to show. Then we come to the suprahepatic. In the suprahepatic portion, we have finished intrahepatic. Now suprahepatic portion, we show that initially there is one more transverse anastomosis. 3 transverse anastomosis we have shown here, infrahepatic. 1 transverse anastomosis in the suprahepatic, and that will be known as here the subdiaphragmatic anastomosis. So it will be known as the subdiaphragmatic anastomosis. I will write down subdiaphragmatic anastomosis in between the right and the left vitelline veins. In which region? Above the liver, suprahepatic. So it will be known as the subdiaphragmatic anastomosis. Please note down. Now what will happen? Now we have the right and the left vitelline veins, connecting them is the subdiaphragmatic anastomosis in the suprahepatic region. Now there will be a small longitudinal channel of blood which will open up, which will connect the 2 anastomosis. Which 2 anastomosis? Subdiaphragmatic anastomosis and here. Which was this anastomosis? Before the development of the left branch of portal vein, this was known as cephalic transverse anastomosis or cephalic ventral anastomosis. So there will be this venous channel, see here, in the midline, which will connect, it will pass exactly in the midline, and it will connect subdiaphragmatic anastomosis with that of the cephalic anastomosis, which was present in the infrahepatic portion. So this new longitudinal channel has developed. New longitudinal venous channel has developed. Now the important, all this, now whatever 2 or 3 points which I am going to discuss will be asked in 1 mark question answer in Viva also. Right vitelline vein, see here, the right vitelline vein which is lying in the suprahepatic region where my fingers are there, that portion will now develop into the hepatocardiac channel, or it is known as the cardiac channel. So here the proper word which we write here, the right vitelline vein above the liver will develop into hepatocardiac channel, and that hepatocardiac channel becomes the cranial most, cephalic most part of inferior vena cava. So therefore this hepatocardiac channel will develop into the uppermost or the terminal most part of inferior vena cava. 1 mark question answer. Which portion of hepatocardiac channel? The right vitelline vein, which will develop into hepatocardiac channel, which is lying above the liver, and that will lead to development of inferior vena cava. Which segment of inferior vena cava? Terminal most part or the cephalic most part. 1 mark question answer. What about the left vitelline vein? This left vitelline vein will gradually disappear. So therefore the left vitelline vein will gradually disappear. And so we show this in the form of dotted line. The left vitelline vein above the liver will disappear. What about this subdiaphragmatic anastomosis? Here also very interesting. The left portion of subdiaphragmatic anastomosis will disappear. Which portion is left? Right portion of subdiaphragmatic anastomosis will remain. Now pay your attention, it should be very clear. This right portion of subdiaphragmatic anastomosis, where my hand is there, it is now known as, this much segment will be now known as the left hepatic vein. Please note down, this segment is known as the left hepatic vein. Therefore, there is this longitudinal venous channel which will connect. What it will connect? This branch is called, what is it called? Left branch of portal vein. So it is connecting left branch of portal vein with that of the left hepatic vein. Or it is also asked in one mark question answer. This longitudinal venous channel is connecting the left branch of portal vein or the left umbilical vein with that of the left hepatic vein. Or it is also asked in this way. This longitudinal channel is connecting the left umbilical vein with the left vitelline vein. Sorry, right vitelline vein, not left, right vitelline vein. So the channel which is connecting the right vitelline vein with the left umbilical vein, or the channel which is connecting the left hepatic vein with the left branch of portal vein, or the channel which is connecting, now the channel which is connecting the right vitelline vein or the left hepatic vein with that of the right branch of portal vein or the left umbilical vein will be known as, this channel will be known as the ductus venosus. So therefore, this ductus venosus will connect the left branch of portal vein or left umbilical vein with that of the left hepatic vein or that of the right vitelline vein. Now what will happen? Now, after birth, the entire ductus venosus is replaced by ligamentum venosum and left umbilical vein will be converted into ligamentum teres. These are the changes which will take place after birth. So we end our topic at this point. The suprahepatic portion, this much we have ended at this point with ductus venosus. Now please note down, once again I will repeat, ductus venosus after birth will be converted into ligamentum venosum and the left umbilical vein will be converted into ligamentum teres. What about the right umbilical vein? It has already disappeared. So therefore, changes after birth will be conversion of left umbilical vein into ligamentum teres and conversion of ductus venosus into ligamentum venosum. So what is the short note, most likely short note which is asked from our today's topic, development of portal vein. Please note down, development of portal vein is the most important short note topic out of this cardiovascular system. And here we end our visceral veins, that is portal and umbilical veins, both we have discussed. Thank you very much.